Okay, Genshin Special Program 5.2, let's go. I'm a bit late, as you can see.
We're a tribe of warriors.
Oh, I
In
don't need
ancient
subs.
times, we were responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan.
Is that a new area? Oh, it is.
Still managing to sow discord
Is this the wind?
after all these years.
Chasca?
If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue, sometimes you need a third-party facilitator.
God damn, what the hell?
I'll bet the easiest person to find is...
Masters.
Spirit has gotten lost
Ooh.
and can't find its way back to his body.
Auroron? Okay.
I just want to rescue someone, and Granny won't let me.
Masters of the Night Wind?
500 years later, and it's resurfaced again.
Ooh,
I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes.
it looks really nice.
As long as the soul is involved,
A
I should
tree?
be able to help.
Oh no.
Be free.
Wait, what? He can teleport. He can transform. Oh no. I already know this shit's about to be in the abyss. Oh no.
Time to say hello.
I know it. I know it. Oh damn.
It's either your end or mine! Before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight harder than ever.
Ooh. Code, if you're interested. I'm gonna skip forward since I missed. Now we're... Yeah, now we're caught up.
Hey travelers, welcome to the Genshin Impact
The goats are
5.2
back!
special program. I'm Gabe from the Loke team.
And I'm Kai. We meet again. Whoa, a cuckoo soar. Want to join us?
Do we know what the
Hey,
weird thing
don't
is?
be
I
shy.
actually
Come on, say
like this
hello.
because this makes this special program go by fast.
I'm not
There-
sure what that meant, but it was adorable.
She approves of your compliment.
Hey, I didn't know you could.
Is that
speak
an
Saurian.
abyss? Target?
Oh, I can't. But I can make an educated guess based on her body language.
Usually the
Whoa,
programs
all
are so
cuckoo soars as
outdrawn.
friendly as this one?
But
Adult
when
cuckoo soars are
they have
usually
like
very proud creatures,
these guys
but
do
there
it,
are always exceptions.
it's less
Well,
chit chat and more
since our
like let's get
cuckoo
into
friend
it.
kicked things off for
Let's
us,
get
I
into
know
the
just place to
meaty
start.
stuff.
The Flower Feather Clan.
Yay!
Alright, let's do it. Cuckoo soars live among the Flower Feather Clan,
Mhm.
which is suspended high
Oh,
above
it
the
looks
mountains.
really nice.
This is a tribe of warriors, and most of their people can command the power of the skies. It was the Flower Feather Clan's ancient duty to patrol and safeguard the
He
entire
has a
region of
face
Natlan.
mask on.
As elite special forces, their job was to detect threats, disseminate intel, and quickly neutralize any dangers to the nation.
Wait, is the
Though
area
the circumstances are different
huge?
now, the
Do we
tribe never
unlock
forgot
that
its
as well?
origins. They still hold trials
That's
to assemble
huge.
the fastest teams in the tribe. The trials test a pilot's skill and teamwork with the cuckoo soars.
Oh, I'm so pumped about these cuckoo soars.
Yeah, cuckoo soars
Ugh.
are the proudest out
Ugh.
of all the saurians.
The legs,
They
dude.
know that they're the kings of the sky. Cuckoo soars can
Wait, what?
consume phlogiston to climb higher or perform a horizontal roll in midair. Holding the sprint button allows them to enter an accelerated glide state after a horizontal roll. In addition, they can even use phlogiston wind tunnels to quickly cover great distances.
Okay,
Whoa.
so I'm assuming that cuckoo soars are really hard to tame.
Yeah, that's true. You need to prove yourself in some worthwhile feat, like demonstrating exceptional archery skill during flight. That's the only way to become a true cuckoo soar rider.
Wow, that's so strict.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me about it. But okay, now that we've got a glimpse of the Flower Feather Clan, it's time for a quiz.
What? Already?
Yep, I hope you're prepared. Every tribe in Natlan has a unique way of communicating with their Saurian companions. The members of the Flower Feather Clan use a special item to summon their cuckoo soars. What is that item?
A
Uh.
basket filled with their favorite foods?
Here's
Oh.
a hint. We just saw the answer in the previous video.
Oh, I remember now. Horn.
Ding ding ding! Cuckoo soars
Sound
live far
making
from the
device.
tribe and from each other, So in order to summon them, the tribespeople use whistles and horns to produce loud noises. So there's your overview of cuckoosaurs.
Okay.
Maybe they sound a little
Fair
unapproachable
enough.
compared to other saurians, but don't worry, travelers. If you get into a tough situation, then Chasca, the flower feather
Okay,
plant's expert
Chasca,
peacemaker, can help
the
mediate
peacemaker of the
conflict.
Knitch mentioned that her method of mediation
Tlalocon.
is silence
Talocan?
both parties. Is that
Talacan?
true?
The ender of all
that's
disputes.
Only in special cases.
She has a gun?
Most of the time, Chasca barely needs to intervene. Everyone knows what she's capable of, so people usually find a way to set aside their differences when she shows up.
Oh,
Animal.
so she doesn't just handle conflicts between humans and saurians. She keeps the peace between people too.
Exactly.
Damn, did they
Chasca
have
was
to put her
corrupted
leg
by
like
abyssal
that?
power
God
as a
damn.
child, so she has a strong compulsion to fight, but she
Mhm.
knows how to rein it in.
Right. I heard that she was abandoned as a baby. It seems like she's been through a lot.
Yeah,
Is that gonna be her
but
backstory?
luckily
Her
for
story
her,
quest?
The cuckoosaurs took her in and raised her as one of their own.
The
In
Cuckoosaur?
addition to hunting and flying, Chasca gained a lot of unique combat experience from her saurian childhood. When
Oh.
Chasca is in your party, defeating monsters will restore phlogiston to your party. While
Ooh.
she's in the Night Soul's blessing state, Chasca can
Wait,
ride
she can,
and
like-
control her gun like a cuckoosaur. The Soul Sniper
She
doesn't
does
just
have a
increase
gun.
her movement speed and resistance to interruption. It also allows her to get a
Wait, she
better
can like
angle on her enemies.
fly.
Wow, that mid-air perspective is so cool.
Scaramouche
Seems so liberating.
cake.
Yeah, and Chasca's fierce when she's in the zone. In the Night Soul's blessing state, Chasca's normal attacks deal animo damage to enemies in front of her. Unleashing a charged attack in the
Wait,
state
what?
will cause Chasca to enter a special aiming mode. This allows
Wait,
her
how
to
many
lock
bullets
onto
can you
a
charge
set
up?
number of enemies within range and fire up to 6 Shadow Hunt shells,
Okay, 6.
which deal animo damage upon impact. In addition,
Oh, but it's like
every
multi-target?
pyro, hydro, cryo, or electro character in your party, one of Chasca's Shadow Hunt shells will undergo an elemental conversion to deal
Oh.
the corresponding type of elemental damage.
Oh.
No way. So Chasca can directly
Oh,
deal other
oh,
types of
oh.
elemental damage
And she like
based on the characters
does
in
she
her party.
does she
And
group
since
them
she's
as
an animal
well?
character, she can swirl them at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
she-
awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? Her elemental burst has a
Whoa,
similar
that's
function,
kinda
too.
that's kinda good.
Chasca fires a gale-splitting Soul-Seeker shell during her burst, which deals animo damage. The attack then splits into 6 Soul-Seeker shells, which continue to attack nearby enemies.
Whoa.
These shells can also undergo elemental conversions.
Okay, that's pretty
so
awesome.
cool. No wonder she's one of the strongest warriors in her tribe.
Speaking of her tribe, the warriors from the Flower Feather clan are formidable for sure, but we should also shed some light on those who aren't as skilled.
Oh, are you talking about the wingless? That's what the tribe calls people who fail the flight trials, right? They're the challengers who failed to
Aw.
earn the recognition of a cuckoosaur.
Exactly. But the name doesn't indicate that those people are weak or deserve to be cast aside. The Flower Feather
Yes.
clan has its own definition of strength. There's a tacit understanding that the wingless are supposed to be protected until they can fly by themselves. But that assumption is challenged in Tribal Chronicles Tlalocan. Someone will dare to ask, what if you didn't need a cuckoosaur to fly? If you could change the rules, then maybe there wouldn't be any wingless to begin with. Now, whether that's the right path is for us to discover. Chasca
Mhm.
will also be there to help us find the answer. So,
Okay.
be sure to check out Chasca's Tribal
I thought it would
Chronicles
be
to
about her
understand what
backstory, but I
happened.
guess it's
Is there
about
anything
wingless, or
else
maybe
that you can
both.
Tell us?
Remember how I mentioned that Chasca was raised by cuckoosaurs?
Yeah, tell us about it.
Oh wait, that was right.
Her Saurian mother will make an appearance in this quest. Even though
Ooh.
she's joined human society, Chasca still goes to visit her Saurian mother on occasion, especially when she needs some help with a tough situation.
Oh, so Chasca still has a soft side, even though she's a fearsome warrior.
Definitely.
Chasca goes to a bird.
The
It's like,
Flower Feather
oh.
clan is
Oh,
also
Ian-san.
the setting for the Archon Quest Chapter 5 interlude. All fires fuel the flame. The tribe is facing a crisis, and they'll need the traveler's help to find a solution.
What kind of crisis?
Well, the Flower Feather clan suffered the worst of the
Ian-san.
abyssal contamination during the battle in version 5.1. It's not just the human body that can't withstand high concentrations of abyssal power. For most people, it also damages the mind. Many members of the Flower Feather clan
Bro
are
is spazzing
suffering
out.
from the mental repercussions of the abyss, and the tribe is in desperate need of aid. Iansan will be there too. After rebuilding her own tribe, the Collective of Plenty, she's traveling around Natland to help those in need.
People of Natland really value unity, don't they? No one fights alone. That's one of my
Why do I
favorite
suspect that
things about
Ian's son
Natland.
is actually
Oh,
mega
wait.
good?
It
Like
looks like
OP.
the captain will also be
Oh,
Yes, the
My
captain
guy.
will also offer help to the tribe. You may pick up on some interesting information if you pay close
That's why he's
attention
the
to what
goat.
he has to say.
the
He
goat!
rarely gives away too much information in his regular interactions, but his secrecy here seems a little peculiar. So keep an eye out, but of course, restoring Natland's fighting spirit remains the top priority. After all, the war isn't over yet. The abyssal contamination is still around, and we have a very important battle ahead. Natland needs mental fortitude more than ever before.
The Flower Feather clan is pretty close to the Masters of the Night Wind, where the Ictomosaurs live. That tribe could be another good place to recover from the battle.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
If you
Oh,
head west from the Stadium of the
Oh,
Sacred
oh,
Flame and go
oh.
past the towering walls, you eventually arrive at the settlement of the mysterious Masters of the Night Wind.
this is where
The
Citlali
tribal
lives?
settlement offers a unique glowing landscape at night. If you venture even
Whoa.
further, then you might encounter the tribe's Wath Ictomosaur Elder, or one of the many shamans who can communicate with spirits. I even heard that the witch doctors who live there can help cleanse your
Okay,
spirit.
this is pretty cool.
Plus, the graffiti art is really incredible. In fact, there's something special about this one. Can you figure it out, travelers? It's kind of tricky, right? Well, don't worry.
A bird?
The Ictomosaurs can help us out. Ictomosaurs are known for their wisdom. They can use their unique sight to detect things that can't be seen through
Whoa.
domains.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
Right. Ictomosaurs are
I like the fact we have the
especially
same
skilled at
reaction.
detecting ley lines and phlogiston. They can absorb power from phlogiston objects to enhance their abilities. Doing so allows them to jump higher, move faster, or even obtain surprising rewards. Ictomosaurs can
you
also
can get
extract
artifacts for doing
information
this?
from graffiti art to create special objects.
Oh, I bet that'll come in handy for solving puzzles.
Definitely, especially in
Okay,
Tribal
that's kinda
Chronicles
cool.
Mictland,
That's kinda
which will
cool.
become available in version 5.2. The first two acts feature a lot of intriguing puzzles, so be sure to check them out, travelers. Some of them will require the help of an Ictomosaur, and others can be solved on your own.
I noticed that Ictomosaurs can perform fast-paced jumps when they have enough phlogiston, and it looks like so much fun. Do we know anyone who can use that
I can
ability?
be a bird.
Besides the new Saurian, I mean.
Yes,
Caw,
Auroron
caw,
can do
caw.
it too.
What?
Like the Ictomosaurs, Auroron
Caw.
has the ability to rise into the air. He also has a keen sense of perception. While charging an aimed shot, Auroron will enter the Spirit Speaker state, allowing him to extract power from Natland's graffiti and runes.
Speaking of Auroron, I was honestly super surprised by his personality. Before the 5.1 Archon quest, I thought that he looked like a stern, stoic, and harsh type of character. But as it turns out,
So a
he's just
4-star
sweet kid.
that's usable?
It's kind of unexpected.
So
right?
you kind of like a
Is he
China
really
with
that
the
sweet, though? Just think about all the
Spinosaurus, or whatever it's
sneaking
called.
around behind his granny's back.
Ah,
Granny.
true.
The tribe's people of the Masters of the Night Wind are known for being eccentric. But Auroron really takes it to the next level.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it sounds like he does things his own way. I wonder if that extends to his combat abilities.
It does. Auroron is a bit different from the Natland characters we've met so far. He doesn't need to depend on the Night Soul's Blessing state to gain Night Soul points, and he can maintain the Night Soul's Blessing state even while he's off-field.
Ah, that does sound different from the other Natland characters. So how do his abilities work?
Wait, what?
Let me start by explaining how Auroron gains Night Soul points. This can happen in multiple ways. For example, Auroron can gain Night Soul points when one of his party members triggers a Night Soul burst. He can also gain them when other party members deal Hydro or Electro attacks to enemies after Auroron unleashes his elemental skill.
So
Then
electro
it sounds
charge?
like he works well with Hydro and Electro characters.
Yep. And in combat, when enemies take damage from electro-charged reactions or other party members deal Night Soul aligned damage, Auroron can consume Night Soul points to enter the Night Soul's Blessing state and trigger the Hypersense effect. dealing electro damage.
Oh, I
Ooh.
see. So you need to
Okay.
pair him with the right characters if you want him to gain Night Soul points, enter the Night Soul's blessing state, and trigger the effect.
Exactly. Though I should mention that Auroron doesn't need to be on the field to trigger the hypersense effect.
Wait, he can trigger it even while he's off-field? That sounds really useful.
Totally. This
Okay,
elemental
that's
burst
pretty
provides a
cool.
convenient way to deal damage and support your party.
Oh.
Auroron performs an ancient reach roll with his burst to summon a supersonic Oculus, which taunts nearby enemies to draw them in. Once they're up close, the Oculus releases a sound wave to deal damage.
That should
Okay.
be great for crowd control.
Yes, with Auroron in your party, dealing with large groups of enemies should be a lot easier.
Okay,
And
that's
speaking of
useful.
making things
That's actually
easier,
good.
Auroron can also improve the exploration experience by boosting the gliding speed of your characters.
Awesome.
Auroron really cherishes his friends. With a little teamwork on his side, I'm sure victory will always be within
Okay, so having him is probably pretty good.
Cool. So we introduced two of the upcoming regions in this.
Okay,
update,
this
the
area
Flower
looks
Feather
really
Clan
good.
And the Masters of the Nightwind. But there's more.
Like, this
Version
area looks the
5.2
coolest.
actually introduces another new region. It's called Ochkanatlan.
Oh, I think we caught a glimpse of this ancient city when we were looking
The
at the Flower
BGM.
Feather Clan. It's really beautiful from far away, but those clouds look kind of ominous. It looks completely abandoned. Is it dangerous?
Yes, this is a restricted area in that land due to its
Whoa.
severe abyssal contamination, and it seems uninhabited. Over the years, many adventurers have come
Wait, what's
here in
that
search of
companion?
treasure or
Whoa.
to slay the dragon. Unfortunately, none of them have ever returned. The Flower Feather clan often sends riders to patrol the area and to prevent people from getting too close.
Wait, did you say slay the dragon?
Yeah, I know we introduced some adorable Saurians earlier, but this
There's a
creature
big
is
dragon
actually
here?
really terrifying.
Oh.
It
Whoa.
occupies this ancient city and guards it fiercely. If it detects an intruder, then it will attack without hesitation.
Okay, that's pretty
Yeah.
concerning.
It's easy to take human-Saurian coexistence for granted these days, but it actually took generations of effort to reach this point. This relationship wasn't nearly so harmonious in the ancient past. Travelers will need to explore Ochkanatlan
Okay.
to uncover the reason behind this dragon's rampage.
Hey, that's
Of
cool.
course, travelers won't have to do this alone. Here, take a look.
What?
Oh, what's that?
This is a very
Dude.
important companion who will help us explore Ochkanatlan. His name is Kokoik. As
Kokoik?
for his power, well, why don't you take a guess?
Okay, is he our moral support? You know, maybe he could make a
Translator?
cute noise every now and then to cheer us up.
Hey, let's not put our Tapetlasaur friend out of a job. Little one works really hard.
Okay. Then
Okay.
I've got nothing.
Remember how I mentioned that Ochkanatlan is heavily corroded by the abyss? Well, that's where
He
Kokoik
protects
comes in.
us.
We can use his power to clear abyssal contamination.
Oh.
Follow the direction indicated by his light to collect secret source scraps and enhance his power. Once Kokoik has enough power, you can take him to track down the evil dragon.
Wait, what?
What a useful little guy.
I know, right?
Hadouken!
Now, travelers can explore Ochkanatlan with two
Oh,
companions,
so the guy.
Kokoik and Little One. In fact, I've heard there's
What?
even a special token around here that can enable Little One to traverse a volcano.
Hmm.
A new adventure with
What?
Little One awaits in version 5.2. This update will bring us one step closer to uncovering the mysteries of Little One's past. Familiar
Ooh.
Saurian companions can also help us explore Ochkanatlan. For example, with the help of a Kaholasaur, we can evade source mechanism attacks. With the help of an Ikitomisaur, we can solve certain puzzles. With the help of a
Okay.
Kukusaur, we might even be able to chase down the evil dragon. But we'll leave the rest for you to discover,
Can
travelers.
I
Wait,
tame
are
the evil
those some
dragon?
kind of lava fish? Does this mean we can fish in that land?
Yes, but I've got some friendly advice, travelers. You should be very careful while exploring Ochkanatlan. Some of the abyssal
Oh.
monsters here can distort their appearance to mimic powerful enemies. High-level monsters such as the Tenebrous Papilla can mimic even stronger enemies.
Huh? It looks like these monsters take the form of plants outside of combat.
Yep, that's true. The Abyss has corroded
Whoa.
Natlan's ley lines, allowing these monsters to read the memories inside of them and mimic creatures from Tevat.
How do we defeat them?
Travelers will need to use elemental attacks to break the enemy's protective void wards. Doing so
Okay.
allows them to take damage and causes them to enter a brief state of confusion. Night Soul aligned elemental attacks are especially effective against these wards.
Wow, the Abyss has gotten so advanced. It's scary to think about how much harder these fights
Okay.
will get if these abyssal monsters continue to evolve.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot of information to take in at once. But before we take our first break, we still have a couple of short announcements. Really short, I promise. First up, limited time exploration rewards will be available in version 5.2.
Yeah.
Just like in version 5.1, travelers can earn up to 400 extra Primo Gems. And the rewards will be available all the way through version 5.3. It's
Yeah.
now time to introduce the event wishes. In the first
Okay.
half of version 5.2, travelers
Chasca,
will look forward to
Linny,
event wishes from
Auroron.
Chasca and Linny. Auroron will also receive a drop rate boost. And in the second half of version 5.2,
Oh.
we'll have returning event wishes for Zhongli and New Villette. The weapon banner will feature a new 5-star bow, Astral Vulture's Crimson Plumage, and 2 new Netland specific 4-star weapons. Be sure to check them out if you're interested.
All right, it's time for our first break. Once we come back, we'll dive right into the event portion.
Oh crap, Nouvelette's coming back. I need him. I need him. But I want Chasca. Okay, well that determines... I'm not summoning for C2 Nahida because Nouvelette is guaranteeing coming. So I'm bringing him home. I don't care. I'm getting Nouvelette home. But I want Chasca as well. Ugh. Well, I got 78 pity right now, with 400 something wishes. So if I just do a temple for Chasca, it should be fine. well, I guess the problem is as well that I have a C0 Shinobu, and she's currently in banner with Nahida, right? So... Oh, so many things, but... I guess it's a high likelihood of Shinobu getting a rerun faster. Oh,
Welcome
shit!
back, travelers.
That sword is cool.
Welcome back.
Wait,
Dive
hold up, that
straight
sword is
into
actually
the
cool.
event section. So in the first event, we'll get to learn more about the Masters of the Nightwind.
That's right. In the
Oh, wait,
version
hold up,
5.2
hold up,
event,
hold up.
Hitomi Spirit-Seeking Scrolls, travelers will team up with Citlali and Auroron to get to the bottom of a mysterious accident that occurred within their tribe.
Travelers will need to complete combat challenges to defeat enemies who try to disrupt the ritual. They'll also
Wait,
need to
Chasca's a
read
bow
the
user,
instruct
right?
scenes from
Yeah.
the tribe's woven scrolls and gather
So who's the
lost
sword
spirits
for?
scattered throughout the region.
It's gonna be for
Travelers will only
Citlali.
be able to uncover the truth if they collect all the clues.
But,
don't worry,
why do-
there are also various rewards to earn
Huh.
along the way, including Primo Gems.
Ooh, I really like the vibe
Maybe
of
it
this
is.
event.
I mean,
It
Citlali
looks
is
like
there.
Citlali is performing some kind of ritual. It's also mysterious.
Evil Banisher,
When the
search
situation gets tough,
for lost
it's
spirits,
Granny to the
restoring
rescue.
fragmented records. Oh,
Definitely.
Citlali and Auroron have some
Hi,
really
Granny.
fun dialogue in this event.
I'm always grabbing the popcorn whenever these two interact. They're practically a two-person show. And speaking of fun, let's get into the event gameplay. First up is the Search for Lost Spirits minigame. Travelers will have to work together to herd the scattered roaming spirits into
This is like
specific
the-
zones to earn points. Pay attention to the conditions on the field if you want a higher score. For example, travelers can jump on stone slabs that appear on the field. These slabs will break open and release even more spirits. Storms may also appear during the game. You can track down spirits more effectively if you pay attention to the direction of the storm.
Jesus.
In Evil Banisher, travelers will need to select the right teams to complete the objectives. Completing all of the objectives will award you the Banishing Aura, which allows you to deal AoE damage by spraying paint at enemies.
That paint really matches the Masters of the Nightwind's aesthetic.
Damn, that
It's
paint is
Super cool.
lethal,
Yeah,
dude.
and so does the Spirit Loom in restoring fragmented records. Citlali will use her powers to reveal special fragments. Travelers will need to piece these fragments together and assemble them on a woven scroll.
Make sure that you pay attention to the order and positions of the fragments. Oh, there's something else that we should mention. Travelers can obtain a new 4-star sword by completing this event. The design definitely fits
Calamity
the Masters
of
the Night Wind.
issue.
It looks like some kind of ceremonial artifact.
I totally agree.
Surely this is
and
4-star
event
for
will allow
Citlali.
travelers to learn more about Natland's secrets. For example, this quest will reveal new clues about a mysterious and legendary place, the
Ooh.
Mare Javari.
Legendary.
We've been hearing about this place since Mondstadt. It'll be nice to get some new information. On a related note, the Adventurers Guild has prepared a new trial for its members. Active adventurers have been invited to take on the challenge.
Metamorphosis.
Travelers will need to complete various challenges with designated characters and fully leverage their skills to earn rewards. I know you're up to the challenge, travelers. Good luck.
In Mondstadt-related news, the Knights of Favonius are conducting a war game to improve security tactics in the region. And who better to test these tactics than the Honorary Knight? Be sure to pay close attention to the game, since the format has changed at this time. Travelers will need to select combat units and stratagems to deploy against the opposing formation. Once the lineup is set, the monsters will fight automatically.
No, my
Available combat
slimes!
units and stratagems are completely random.
Dude,
you know, just
you
to
can't
build
even
some
hit.
unpredictability into the wargame. The chances of encountering elite combat units increases as the wargame progresses.
Okay.
Even more elite monsters
I'll
will be
hate them.
available for travelers to use. It's a volatile environment, so do your best to win as many rounds as possible,
damn.
earn wargame medals, and collect the rewards.
All right, let's keep the excitement rolling in this next event.
Oh?
We actually have a demo, so please take a look.
Oh, a demo?
Oh, looks like they're selecting tactics. Double damage? That sounds powerful.
What? TCG?
Oh, it's automated. Cool. The elemental reaction effects are completely different.
This brand new heated battle mode is called Automatic Artistry.
Eh?
Powerful support cards have been added for nearly every elemental reaction. Choose cards that align with your strategies to trigger powerful
Wait,
elemental
4
reactions.
cards.
The effects will change depending on how
Bennett
you play.
26
In
HP.
addition, the overall gameplay is very laid back. Characters will automatically duel each other, and skill animations are now shorter in length.
Wow, it's like we got a whole new Genius Invocation TCG after coming back from Natland. Talk about whiplash.
That's right. Even if you've never played Genius Invocation before, I really recommend checking out this new gameplay mode in version 5.2. The new version will also bring
Oh,
a few
Situine.
updates to regular Genius Invocation TCG.
And Rosario.
Do you ever feel a little cooped
Wait,
up
Rosario
while
wasn't
playing
already
games?
here? And the
Well,
Rift
don't worry
Hound
about
bike.
that. Our next event will give
Really?
travelers the opportunity to enjoy the great outdoors. In Claw Convoy, travelers will need to help Lamia track down some adopted animals. Travelers will be able to see the animal's point of view by using a special tool.
Oh,
Once
I
you've
remember
managed
this
to
event.
deduce their location, you'll be able to track them down. Once the animals are safe and sound, travelers will receive a gift from the mysterious
Wu
figure
Tao
who
statue?
adopted them. I feel like Auroron would really shine in this
Oh,
event.
can I get
He's
that?
definitely an animal lover.
I can see that.
Can I get
I'm
that?
sure that he would jump at the chance to meet animals from other nations.
Yeah.
Finally, the Leyline Overflow
Okay.
event will return in version 5.2. If you need Mora or character EXP materials, then keep an eye out.
Alright, let's dive into some updates and game optimizations. First up is the change to the Imaginarium Theater.
Again?
Previously, travelers would be returned to the theater lobby after completing a challenge and have to reopen the Fantasia Tome to continue.
Okay,
Travelers
yeah.
provided feedback that this setup interrupted their experience. So, this will no longer be the case in version 5.2. Now, after finishing a battle, all you need to do is click Next Act if you want to keep fighting.
Nice. Travelers can now enjoy the thrill of combat without any interruptions.
And for all the generous travelers who like to
Okay, yeah.
configure supports for their friends, a supporting caster record has been added in the new update. You can now check which friends have
C6
followed your
Kaching.
supports by looking at the supporting cast screen.
Cool.
Oh,
It'll be nice to know that our supports are helping people out.
Yup. Oh, and the party configuration mechanic has also been optimized. Besides the elemental filtering, the Imaginarium Theater will now feature recommended row icons, elemental statistics, and markers for the main types of enemies.
That is so helpful.
okay.
I'll occasionally put together a random team if I've just started experimenting with some characters, but
Okay, that's kind of
this
cool, I guess.
information should
For
make it a
newer
lot easier
players,
to
this
form
should be
strategic teams.
nice.
These markers will display key information on how to counter enemies, but in a much more prominent position. Hopefully, this change will make it easier for travelers to form the best teams.
Yes. Now we can directly see which elements
Okay.
work best against specific enemies. That's definitely going to save some time.
For sure. And we can expect even more optimizations in the future as travelers continue to provide valuable feedback about their experiences. Okay, let's introduce the other system optimizations coming in version 5.2. You can outsort 5-star artifacts in your inventory based on when you obtained them, from the most recent to the oldest. Second, the animations for crafting materials, forging weapons, building furniture, and cooking dishes are now shorter in length.
Okay.
That's really nice. The dev team designed a lot of intricate animations for these features, but it can feel a bit frustrating when you have to watch them over and over again.
There will also be several optimizations for the Serena Teapot. The seed dispensary can now hold more of every type of seed. You'll be able to purchase wood at the Realm Depot in exchange for Realm currency. In
Yeah.
addition, the cooldown for the boon of the Elder Tree will be reduced to 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It will be easier for travelers to collect wood.
Oh,
Awesome.
finally,
I've
my
been
time has
meaning
come.
to use some cool replicas in my Serena Teapot, but I'm always short on wood. So this should be really helpful.
Nice! I'm so excited for you! Oh, and optimizations have been made to artifact locking. The updated lock assistance interface will allow you to configure lock settings with a single click.
Okay.
Just hit Use Recommended Settings and you're set. The recommended set lock plans will even update automatically based on popular in-game configurations. Of course, if you have your own ideas in mind, then you can always disable the recommended plans to configure custom ones instead.
The update also allows you to batch lock artifacts in your inventory based on the recommended general lock plan and set lock plans.
Okay.
This will make it much faster to organize your inventory. In addition, a shortcut button that navigates to the lock assistance interface will be added to the artifact domain challenge screen and the artifact acquisition screen. This should make it easier for travelers to configure their locking rules whenever they want.
Okay.
A star feature will also be added next to the lock
That's
button
favorite.
on each artifact. Travelers can use this feature to mark their favorite artifacts and filter by stars to quickly
Okay.
track them down.
Finally, treasure compasses will now be able to locate even more treasure locations, including Sealies and time trial challenges. A quick
Nice.
swap feature will also be added for treasure compasses and Oculus Resonance stones. Enabling this feature will allow travelers to more easily use these devices across regions. The feature will automatically switch to the compass or stone that corresponds to your location in the game.
Okay.
Be sure to check out future announcements for more details on the version 5.2 optimizations.
Alright,
Okay.
that was a lot of info, so this seems like a good time for our second break.
It's time for the third redemption code.
Mm-hmm. I might try and get Chasca. She seems interesting. I do a 78 pity after all. So I could try and do a temple. If I win, then I get her. Obviously, if I don't win, that just means I have a guarantee for Nouvellette, I guess. But I kinda don't wanna skip more. I want, but the problem is that Mavrika is good as well. Mavrika. I guess the problem is that I don't really use animal characters. But she does have a gun. That's pretty cool.
Welcome back, travelers. What else do we have on the agenda, Gabe?
We have some very exciting news to share. After the version update on November 20th, travelers will be able to play Genshin Impact on the Xbox Series X and S. Log into Genshin Impact on Xbox Series X and S consoles to receive the Wind Glider Wings of Fate's Course Intertwined. Additionally, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members can play Genshin Impact via cloud gaming. They'll also find extra rewards in their in-game mailbox.
Oh.
Awesome.
Alright, that should be everything. That means that we've reached the end of the special program. Is there anything that you want to say before we go, Kai?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to all the new characters.
Hmm.
Chasca and her weapons seem really incredible. I'd love to see how her travel chronicle unfolds because she has such an amazing personality. And Auroran seems like a very layered character. The storytelling is definitely going to shine. What about you, Gabe?
Yeah, I'm just so excited for players to experience more of the Natlan storyline, and we have so much to explore this time. I mean, 2 new tribes and a new area as well. And one thing I've always loved about Genshin Impact is how it's multi-platform. Like, I'm always logging in on different devices depending on where I am, so it's just exciting to see another platform become available for everyone.
Yeah.
And yeah, on that note, I hope you have fun with the new version, travelers.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. And it's the Ba ba bow. Well, I really want Novelette. He's the priority. Then I want. Well, I want Chasca, but then Mavruika is gonna come out as well as Slali. Oh, I think it depends. I would obviously try Chasca in the tryout and see how fun she is. If she's fun, then we'll get her. We'll get her. Or at least do a temple, see if we get her. We'll see.